Welcome to Review Journal's Sports Betting Spotlight in College Football Week 6. First of all, our hearts go out to everyone affected by the tragedy in Las Vegas this week, and we're going to try to take our minds off it a little here and talk about some football. Here with handicapper Kelly Stewart at Kelly in Vegas, and CG Technology Sportsbook Vice President Matt Holt. We're here at the Cosmopolitan of Las Vegas Sportsbook, and we're going to give you our 3 picks for college football, including our best bet. Kelly, who are your first 2 plays this week in college football?
You know what? Everybody knows that I love the dogs. That's nothing new. I almost pick 3 dogs every single week. Every once in a while I have a favorite, but I especially love the dogs during homecoming. It is homecoming week. At Northwestern, the Wildcats have won and covered their last 2 against Penn State. And to be honest with you, this is more of a bet against Penn State. I don't think they're going to lose the game, unfortunately. I would have loved to play Northwestern a little bit on the money line, but Penn State has been a horrible road bet over the last 15 games. 3-10-2 against the number. After last week's beat down to Indiana, people are going to be looking to bet them again. I'm looking to bet against them. Next play is going to be Utah. Matt just docked me half a point. I had 5.5. I'm only going to get 5 here at CG Technology, but I think the wrong team's favored here. I think they're talking Troy Williams is going to be under center for the Utes, but I don't know if that warrants almost a touchdown line here. The Cardinal D allowed 445 yards last week. The running game looks good. Bryce Love, he's a stud. Okay, no doubt, but I think the Utes shut him down.
Matt, who are your first 2 plays?
I'm going to go with Cincinnati plus 17 at home against UCF. This is a kind of a buy low and sell high situation. UCF undefeated, coming off the big win over Memphis here. Couldn't be any higher right now. 3-7 last 10 road games against the spread for UCF. And a Cincinnati team on the other side coming off their worst game of the season. Absolutely drubbed by Marshall last week. But prior to that, easy cover versus Michigan. Hung within 10 of Navy at the 42-32. This should have beaten Miami of Ohio in a game they blew late. This is a team that was actually playing really good football. Stepped on their toes last week at Marshall. Catching 17 at home against the UCF team, whose stock couldn't be any higher right now. I'm going to go ahead and take the big home dog there. And then I like Duke here, plus 2.5. I think they should be favored in this game. My power ratings had them favored at Virginia. In fact, just 1 week ago, if we go prior back to before Virginia beat Boise State on the road and before Duke lost at home to Miami, this line would have been Duke minus 4.5. You had an undefeated Duke team at 4-0 who had beaten Northwestern, Baylor, and North Carolina all by double digits handily, and a Virginia team who lost 34-17 at home to Indiana. Suddenly, 1 week later, Miami trounces Duke in a turnover-filled game, and Virginia goes on the road and beat Boise, and we have a 6-point move. Too much value with the Dukies for me.
All right, I'm going to go with Miami. You mentioned Miami trounced Duke last Friday. They've had extra time to prepare. Minus 3 points at FSU, Florida State. Their rival, the Noles, have won 7 straight in the series, dominated the series, but this is a different Florida State team. They've fallen out of the AP poll for the first time since 2011. They're starting a true freshman at quarterback. He lost at home to NC State. They were lucky to escape Wake Forest with a win last week. And the Hurricanes have been on a roll. They've won 8 straight. They're on the rise, and look for them to get the win at Tallahassee this week. Also going to make a play on the marquee game of the week. Number 23, West Virginia, 13.5-point dog at number 8, Texas Christian. TCU's coming off the huge win over Oklahoma State. West Virginia beat TCU last year 34-10 to avenge a lopsided loss the year before, but the previous 3 games were really close affairs, decided by a total of 5 points. West Virginia can score. They have at least 56 points in each of their last 3 games, and I think they're going to score enough to at least get the cover, getting almost 2 touchdowns. Now let's go to our best bets. Kelly, who's your best bet in the big money maker?
I know I was on my Wildcats last week, and too many times Bill Snyder settled for field goals when he should have had a touchdown. That's not going to happen this week in Austin. He's got to go on the road, get another Big 12 win. Stat I stole from somebody, so I can't take credit for it, but I love it. Texas is 1-7 against the number when they have the Red River rivalry on deck. I love that because they always play such a tough game versus Oklahoma. So here's something they may be looking ahead towards.
Matt, who's your best bet?
I'm going to go with Vanderbilt plus 18 at Georgia. This is a one-sided series at home. Georgia 0-4 against the spread last 4 meetings versus Vanderbilt. 1-4 against the spread last 5 meetings in Vandy. Here we have a situation, Georgia coming off a 41 21-0 blasting of Tennessee last week. That's probably going to cost Butch Jones his job before the Vols play again.
I'm going to go, my best bet is Utah. Kelly, hopefully a consensus play comes in because I'm going with Utah as well. You know, a home dog, getting 5 points. They've had a couple of weeks to prepare for this Stanford team. You know, their quarterback Huntley's out, as you mentioned, but Troy Williams, he started all 13 games last year. Team captain, well-respected. Stanford has the number 100 rated pass defense in the country, giving up like 250 yards a game. Bryce Love has been putting up video game numbers, replacing Christian McCaffrey. Had 301 yards last week, but that was against Arizona State. Utah's got the number 10 rush defense in the country, and they should at least be able to contain the power of Love over there. And they're also a big home dog, and we're going with the home dog with Utah. That's the sports betting spotlight on college football.